So this is Harbor Freight's 100 amp battery load tester, which item 61747. This is about how to do the starter motor test using this scale on the bottom, which the directions don't go into a lot of detail about, but the engine has to be at operating temperature and the battery has to be fully charged, at least 12.6. Otherwise there's no need in trying to do this test or the starter motor test, because it just won't work. According to the instructions on this meter, you hold the load button for 5 seconds and then record the reading that you get. So here we go. So if you look under a load test, if you look, my battery is rated at 850 cold cranking amps. So under load for a 5-second period, which is manufactured, what they say to use this, how to use this particular meter, I'm a little over 800. This section here is cold cranking amps. So I'm a little bit over the 800 mark. So the battery's in pretty good shape. So on the load test, pushing the button in, what I got was a 10.9 volts. That's the number that you want to make mental note of or write down somewhere. So if you look down here on the scale of 10.9, what they're saying in the instructions is you got 10.8. I'll just use 10.8 to make it easier to explain, but say your load volts are 10.8. Your minimum cranking volts, you don't want your minimum cranking volts to go below 9.2 volts. So that's where we're at. We'll just say 10.8 right here is what we got under when we loaded the battery. So 10.8 right here. You would not want your minimum cranking volts to go below 9.2. So then you would do your starter test. So right there on the starter test, and this was just brief, I didn't run the starter for a long time, just trying to make a short video here. So my minimum, the very bottom out voltage that I got was about a 10.15. so if you go back to what you recorded earlier, your load volts, my load volts were 10.8. I would not want my minimum cranking volts to go below 9.2, but I'm at 10.1, so it's in pretty good shape. My starter would be considered in pretty good shape. That's what the directions, that's according to the manufacturer and the manufacturer's directions on how to read this starter test scale at the bottom of the meter. See how it's charging. It's up to a little over 14.2 maybe. And the green OK button right there, charging system. So the charging system's pretty good shape.